Welcome to the podcast What's Next from and with Carmen Cornelia Haselwanter. As an expert for potential development, I inspire to go all in and thus to recognize and use your greatness. Therefore, I offer here helpful tips and impulses. May you take valuable information from these episodes. Therefore, I wish you great fun and good entertainment. Let me ask you something. Do you go your unique way? Or are you one of them who is following up others' request, others' idea about your own life? Most of the people are actually having difficulties to answer this question because, as a matter of fact, we are living in a time where there is so much an option, so many opportunities which we may take, we may do, that people are struggled in actually making up a mind. It's like standing in front of a unique buffet and you want to try everything. But you do know that some of the things which are on the buffet are not good for your health. You do know very well that if you eat that, you got troubles with your stomach. And that's the same thing like with life. We are living in a time where we have options. Actually, every 5, 10 years, you may change your profession or even less. I remember that my grandparents, that generation, they were learning one profession, and based on that, they were doing that for the rest of their life. My grandfather, for example, which was a hardworking, loving man who did everything for his family, was renewing chairs and sofas. He was like making them new. Actually, he was very, very ahead of his time because instead of throwing it away, he made it just more beautiful by putting a new carpet on it and made it perfectly new like that. It's something which, reminds me very much on things that it doesn't matter how old things are. It only is if they're suitable, if they're great in its usage. And my grandfather was working on that. While my grandmother, she was a beloved mother, a beloved grandmother, and she made sure that whatever she was doing, it was always that everybody was just beloved coming home to her place. So nowadays we call it facility manager. She was simply a mother who shared their love and gave everybody of us this perfect home feeling, like feeling really at home. With this episode today, I want to encourage you that you overthink if you really do go your own way, or do you follow the shadows of others? Do you follow things just because of money reason, just because of status reason, just because your ego is pushing you to do things? What about giving up a good job, just letting go this status, this promotion, this title, because simply you're not happy with that? Simply because you do know that there are other things to do in your life? Myself, I used to be in a very high position in a concern, leading a casino, which I liked very much. But there was a point when I realized that it is time for something new. It's time where I'm able to use my facility, my uniqueness, my greatness to make other people's life easier. That was the point when I decided to become a trainer and to follow up my inner voice by doing what I always liked to do, supporting others, making things visible which for others seems not to be seen just because they're hiding, just because they're focusing on a direction which is not helping them. That was the time when I decided that my strength of going towards people, of talking to people, and of making sure that life is not going to misuse is going to be the calling of mine. And I'm very happy doing this now for a few months, few years, a time, which is very, very great in order for supporting others. In this episode, I would like to encourage you that you overthink your situation, that you look it from a different angle, from the helicopter look, and you wonder about your own life. Is there something you would like to do differently? Is there something where you say, it's time for something new? Is there something when you really say, I have done everything possible, but now it's time for me? It's time for me to go on my way? Not only for the favors of others, especially women when they're mothers. They're forgetting about themselves. They're doing everything to make sure that their children are good, that the family is safe, and that the house is warm and fine and safe and harmonic. And especially you ladies, are you going your own way? Is there something you always had, you wanted to do, and you now feel the time is right? I always say that every person has to understand its uniqueness. By looking at your fingers, you do see the fingerprint is the right proof that there is nobody else out of these 8 million people who has the same fingerprint than you have. Instead, none, none. So you are unique. There is nobody else like you are. And now, if we take all your skills, all your talents, all your strength, and all your competence on board, and then adding up as well this very one passion, this one thing, what you really go into the flow, where you really speed up. And if we put that adding up on it, if we take care of this in order for you to see that you are very, very unusual with all this competence and all this passion what you have, then you turn to be great. You have this greatness within you. And I want to encourage you that you take this uniqueness together with this greatness and you make sure that with everything you're doing, you make it reality. You use all of that resources. You go all in with that. All in the clear meaning that no matter what your surrounding is telling you, no matter if this is now good or bad for you, if your inner voice, if your instinct calls you out to do that, then follow up your instinct, follow up your calling, follow up your voice. There is a short time of life. Out of statistic, we tend to be that around the age of 85. And I want to invite you now that you start to calculate. How old are you? You're 30, 40, 50, 60. And no matter if you have now 20,000 days left, or 10,000, or 5,000, today is a very good day to start that you go your own way, only your own way, nobody else's way. That you make sure that whatever you do, you follow up your own voice, that you take everything on board, what you already have, and that you play out that card, that you go this way to do, to live, to go for your calling for your life. Because that's the reason why you're here. And if yet you have not done it, why not starting today? Why shall you wait another year, another month, another week, another day? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Life is a ticking clock. And by making sure that whatever we do with full love, full passion, full joy, then you're doing your life in the right way. Because life is a joy, playground, adventure. And it's on you how you actually fulfill it, with what activities you make sure that it's everything done. And feel inspired by these episodes. Feel inspired by my words to overthink it and then do make a choice. Then you say, stop, no more like that. Go ahead with your calling. Go ahead with whatever we're doing. And that's the big joy of my mentoring, of my guiding, to take people on board in order for them to understand their own unique way. Because there is this one thing you're supposed to do. And if yet you don't know, then start to figure it out, alone or with support. This is as well your own decision. And that's the joy of our time, that we have the choice. And may this word inspire you to make sure that whatever you do it with your with your confirmation of your inner voice, your true heartbeat, and the passion of your inner soul. Because this is the reason why you're here. So go your own way. Thank you for your time and interest in the podcast series What's Next? As your mindset guides, I am happy to answer your questions and support you so that you too can use your great potential. Contact me by email or phone. I am looking forward to meeting you. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and see you soon. Bye bye.